So as I continue part 6 of our 7-part topic, marriage and the Holy Bible, Christian home. As I said, it's a 7-part teaching that has been put together into minimum recording as much as possible, and at the same time for me to be able to touch different aspects that could affect marriage or when faced with life challenges. Praying together, bearing in mind that marriage is huge. It's not everything that could go on in the marriage that could be said. So, in the this part 6, I want to show more light into husband being the head and allowing that to be so. Because that is what we let love pace reign. Because love is the greatest gift we can give each other as husband and wife. To start with, Paul made the declaration in Ephesians 5 that husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. Whereby 1 Corinthians 7, Paul talked to the Corinthians about the expectation of being married, and also in 1 Corinthians 11, when Paul was having discussion about covering of the head or not, which in verse 3, he also stated that I want you to know that the head of every man is Christ, the head of a woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. So, Lord God that created us, He has divinely arranged it. God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of the man. Man is the head of the woman. So why do I want to start raising shoulder with the man that is me, is me? God has ordained it. Because looking at what Paul also said, he said, the woman is the glory of the man. So, do you see, all these things, they intertwine in a way that man is the head. God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of the man is the head of the woman. But then, man, the woman is your glory. So, the man is not independent of the woman, nor the woman independent of the man. We're not independent of each other in the Lord. For as the woman came from the man, even so man also comes through woman. But all things are from God. As the man is the head of the home, the woman is the glory of the man. Both are the image and glory of God. The Lord has given the man that role of being the head of the home. Because, like I said, two people cannot be driving one vehicle at the same time, because this driver wants to face that way, now I want to go here, now I want to go there. But where there's love, all these things, there won't be all these arguments, disputes on who is the head, who is the whatever. You will love and care for each other. There won't be division. You will submit to one another. You will love and care for one another. You will be there. That love, you will show it to each other. Because as Ephesians 5:22-24 tells us, wife, submit to your own husband as to the Lord. For the husband is head of the wife, as also Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, just as the church is subject to Christ, so let the wife be to their own husband in everything. It's not about just in this one, just in that one. It's in everything. So wife, submit to your husband as of the Lord. Submit to one another. Care for one another. So that same, what's it called? That same Ephesians 5, verses 25 um, to 23. Husband, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her, that he might sanctify and cleanse her with the washing of water by the word, that he might present her to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that she should be holy and without blemish. So, husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. Wow. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as the Lord does the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let each one of you, in particular, so love his own wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. We see? Say that you respect your husband. So, like I said, it works hand in hand. So, wife, reference your husband. Husband, love your wife and be not bitter against her. Don't be. Love her. Care about her and show it. Men like it when it's shown. They don't just want you to say it by mouth. Actually, show it that you love her. Let her know it. Give her compliments. And whatever you do, do it heartily. Colossians 3:23-25 tells us that. As to the Lord and not to men, whatever you're doing, do it with all your heart, as if you're doing it to the Lord, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance. For you serve the Lord Christ, but he who does wrong will be repaid for what he has done. And there is no partiality. There's no partiality with God, though. No way. There's no partiality with that man. Marriage is honorable to the Lord. It's honorable in all. There's no partiality. Love each other. Care for one another. Because you have decided to go into marriage. So care for one another. Love one another and respect. You're not doing it for your spouse, but for yourself. Because in doing so, there will be peace in your home. So do it with all your heart, with all your might, as to the Lord Christ. Especially where there is true love. When you love each other, you won't want things to hurt one another. That is why, if we look at 1 Corinthians, the regular one about love, 1 Corinthians 13, verses 1-7, tells us, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass, empty barrel, or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could move mountains, but have no love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have no love, it profits me nothing. So that's why love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. I'm the one bringing the high money in. I'm the one doing this. I'm the one doing that. It's not puffed up. Love does not behave rudely. I bring the money in so I shouldn't respect my husband. Love does not seek its own. I want to give my wife gifts. I need everybody to know about it. No. Love is not provoked. Love does not think evil. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. We need love in our marriage. So this is an example of what love is. As I said, love is the greatest gift you can give each other as husband and wife. So give your all. Give it with sincerity of heart. Because one thing is, there's no amount of how you might think you're handsome or you're sweet talk and all those things, and you think that is what will help you out. Oh, I can sweet talk, I give gifts, so I don't need to show love. No, you still need to show love. You still need to care for one another. Give yourself to be born. Give your body to be born. You don't have love, you're nothing. Oh, I give money to my spouse, that should be enough. No, we need to care for one another, to love each other. And I pray that the peace of God, Jehovah Almighty, will be with us all. I want to pause here again before going to part 7, which is the final part of the 7 series recording.